everyone, it's Lighthouse Angel here. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining me. I hope you're getting a great start to your day. I've already got the overall energy for the reading. I was called to several different decks. These are the cards that came out. And then I'm going to get some messages from the Lighthouse box. If you're new to this channel, we focus on taking you from zero to hero in your own life, giving you the tools and information that you need to grow and expand and evolve and get into alignment with the best version of yourself, okay? And we always, always, always keep the divine number one. So let's go ahead and get started. The overall energy, I was called to this deck, and it was number 21. Let go of the past. It is time to envision a new story. Okay. You could be seeing number 21 or number 3. And then I was called to this deck, and it's personal power. You hold the key to your own success, so unlock the door. Inquire within. So I'm hearing step into your power, and she's holding this humongous key here, okay? It's like, and there's a woman in this card, she's walking towards this person, right? You hold the key to unlocking your success here. I'm also getting someone may now understand that you hold the key to the success of something, and they may inquire. Okay. It's time to create a new story, right? Stepping into, I'm hearing new vibration. Maybe you raised your vibration and you're stepping into a new level, a new frequency, and it's bringing in and aligning you with a new story, right? Where you hold the key to the success of something. I'm hearing divinely guided key. That's what I'm hearing. So take that how that resonates with you. And then we got, I know that you have been questioning yourself lately and wondering if you are good enough or strong enough to do that which your heart desires to do. This message is here to remind you that you really are more than capable of doing it. Rise up and take the leap of faith. Yeah, and so it kind of really goes with this personal power, right? You holding the key here to your success. Maybe you started something or are wondering if maybe you started a new path, wondering, am I good enough? Is this going to work out? Am I strong enough? And the divine is saying, yeah, rise up, take the leap of faith, right? Because you hold the key, this huge key to your personal power here. Okay? It's time to create a new story by moving forward, going within, right? And seeking the truth when it comes to this key that holds to the success within your own power here. And then we have finding sanctuary, opening to your spiritual source. So the key to your power may be a spiritual gift. I'm also getting with this card, you need to seek refuge with the divine right now. So I would suggest doing meditation, getting grounded, right? To get the clarity, you need to go within, okay? Away from distractions, away from your phone, right? And get clarity on your path and your personal power here, because the past cycle that door has been closed, right? It's time to re-envision a new story here. And you have the key to it, right? Which is why you just need to go within, right? It says unlock the door. So, then it says inquire within. So someone may inquire about this key that you hold to something that would be successful, right? And you need to unlock that door. Okay. We also got guidance. When you make divine intelligence your foundation, you finally have a fixed star to follow. Yeah, and this is about surrendering to the journey and letting the divine guide you. You know, it's all black here, right? It's like you're in the dark. You don't really know where you're going. What you do know is that you're envisioning a new story, right? Walking forward, letting go of the past, embracing your personal power here. Going within, getting confirmation from the divine on your path. And if you're enough, and strong enough for your heart's desires here, okay? I'm hearing surrender to the journey, and you need to have faith, right? It says, miraculously, amazingly, everything I need always comes. Love is opening me to receive beyond anything I can imagine. Okay? You need to have faith in this situation. Maybe you feel like you're being tested right now, right? Because you can't see where you're going. You're questioning whether or not you're good enough or strong enough for your heart's desires here. Maybe, with all these clouds here, maybe you feel, I'm hearing fogged in, maybe because you can't see where you're going, right? You got to keep the faith here. You have to keep focusing on this new vision of this new story that you have, right? It's your heart's desire here. And for everybody, it's going to be different. It could be, a project, a passion, a hobby. I mean, it could be anything. It could be a business. You need to hold the faith here because the divine is leading you. Okay? I'm hearing things will become clear, but you just need to keep going. Okay? All right. I'm going to get some messages from the Lighthouse box. But keep moving forward. Okay? Because you're not going to the past. The past cycle is over, right? And that might be making you feel like you're in the dark, right? Because you can't see where you're going, right? Which is why you need to speak and get into meditation, get into prayer, and get away from distractions so you can hear your intuition, you can hear the downloaded messages that the divine is sending you, so you can keep moving forward, having faith in your path here. Because we have faith here twice. Okay? All right, let's see what else. Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. This is from Matthew. And maybe that's how you're feeling. Maybe you're feeling burdened, weary, just wondering, like, where do I go from here? Right? The divine says you need to get rest. That's what I'm getting. You need to get rest, right? So you can get that clarity again when it comes to your thoughts and your purpose. You could be exhausted from letting go in the past. Maybe you're doing some healing and some releasing as we move through this new moon energy here. You could be even questioning your path, like, wow, I don't know, where am I going? What am I doing here? right? You need to go to the divine. This is like, it says, come to me. It's the same thing as opening to your spiritual source here. You need to lean on the divine right now, okay? And get some rest. I'm hearing you're not meant to carry it at all. I heard you're not meant to carry it all, okay? I am worthy of financial success and security. Okay? Maybe this is what's holding you back. That's what I just heard. Maybe you're worried about your financial success or your security here, right? But I'm hearing you're pulling it in. It's coming in. You just need to get some rest and refocus on your passions here, your heart's desires. Okay? And you need to believe in yourself here, believing in your new story, right? Because you hold this humongous key. You really need to lean on the divine right now, okay? I'm hearing, like, what I'm hearing is you feel weighed down. I'm hearing weighed down. So maybe you're weary and burdened and weighed down, right? The divine wants you to rest, okay? Like I heard you weren't meant to carry it all. Vibin' and thriving. Yeah. You need to have faith, right? And I feel like this is also how you're going to feel after you get the rest and after this financial security and success comes in, right? You'll be vibing and thriving. Okay? But if you keep having thoughts, like where you're questioning your path, wondering if you're good enough to pursue what your heart and soul are screaming for, right? Your purpose, your path, the divine is saying yes here. But you hold the key here. You can't envision a new story if you keep looking at the past or you keep reliving the past, right? You got to keep your eyes forward. When someone oversteps your boundaries, they're letting you know that what you want doesn't matter. Okay. Okay, that's a confirmation. I don't know if you heard that on my computer. For somebody is overstepping boundaries in your life. Right? You need to make sure you keep those boundaries, I'm hearing, intact. That's what I'm hearing. You need to keep those boundaries intact because when they overstep your boundaries, they're not respecting you. Okay? They're doing it to make themselves feel better. That's what I just got. They're bulldozing down or bulldozing through your boundaries so that they can feel better about themselves. Okay? And if this is your story, it could be that if this person didn't respect your boundaries, right? Trying to reconnect with you, you could be absorbing their energy, right? Which is putting you in this questionable state, right? Feeling weary and burdened. Okay. You're not here to make people feel better, right? You're here to protect your energy, right? So you can be in this vibing and thriving, right? Holding the key to your power here. Right? This person who is overstepping your boundaries needs to work on themselves, on their healing, right? You're not here to feed them your energy so that they feel better, right? They need to get that from within, okay? Through their healing, going to the divine and doing the work, right? Be your own reason to smile. Yeah, that's what you're focusing on here. Letting the divine guide you, having faith, right? This person may have, I'm hearing, dropped in. I don't know. Take that how it resonates. And it may have thrown you off here. Okay? Right? Which is why you need to spend the time to get grounded, go do some meditation, right? Spend that time with the divine so you can clear out that energy, right? Because I feel like this is the energy you're in. Be your own reason to smile. Like you're finding your happiness within, right? You're not needing to go to anyone to have your cup filled, right? You're filling your own cup here. This person, is seeking validation and overstepping your boundaries because they want you to fill their cup. Okay, it's not your job to fill this person's cup, right? They need to make themselves feel better about themselves, and that's by doing the healing, right? Most people don't want to hear this, but relationships that last involve a lot of forgiveness. You have to accept the fact that your partner isn't perfect and will hurt you, disappoint you, and upset you. You have to figure out if you're willing to go through the ups and downs with them. Okay, so this person that overstepped your boundaries, right, may be coming in and wanting forgiveness. Okay, but you're going to have to decide whether or not, you're willing to accept this as part of your path here, right? And sometimes, especially if you've been on a healing journey, you're letting go of the past, you're moving forward, right? You may no longer be in alignment with this person. You can forgive them, right? And accept what has been done and release it, right? But you're moving forward here because it says you're letting go of the past. You found within yourself a reason to smile. I feel like you're willing to forgive, but you're not willing to go with this person moving forward, right? I'm hearing no roller coaster rides. Maybe you're not interested anymore in any roller coaster rides, okay? I'm hearing you found your peace, right? And maybe this is this person, right? Maybe they're thinking, all right, well, I'll come in and, ask for forgiveness. Relationships aren't perfect. It's up and down. And, we can get through this. But I feel like that's not, maybe they overstepped their boundaries, or I should say your boundaries, to thinking that this narrative would work, right? But I feel like I'm speaking to somebody who is, you're closing that cycle, right? Because you're vibing and thriving, being on your own, giving yourself that reason to smile, right? Life is too short to wait. This came out in yesterday's reading, right? It could be this person who's like, oh, life's too short. I can't wait. I better get in there ask for forgiveness, see if I can flip this around, right? The energy I'm getting is that you're just not in alignment with this person. Like they need to do their healing. The first sign to me is that when someone oversteps your boundaries, right? They're disrespecting you. It's a selfish act. Which tells me they're all about making themselves feel good. Very toxic type energy because they haven't done their healing. This may have been a roller coaster ride with this person, and they're thinking they can just come in and get forgiveness where you've found that higher vibration, that higher alignment. And I just feel like it's no longer in alignment, right? This person needs to focus on themselves, right? As you close this chapter and embrace your personal power here. Okay? It is time to update your vision board. Oh, is it time to update your vision board? Okay, we talked about vision boards yesterday. So, is it time to update your vision board? Okay. Maybe you had this person on your vision board, or you had things on your vision board that you no longer in alignment with, right? You need to update that, right? Align with your new vision. That's what I'm hearing. Align with your new vision. It says gratitude. Life is one big continuous circle of giving and receiving energy. Be thankful for who and what's in your life instead of complaining about what you don't have. If you focus on gratitude, you'll start to attract prosperity and abundance. Yeah. You know, being grateful every single day about everything in your life, right? And where you're going, what you're trying to attract, what you're trying to manifest, you know, that your financial security and success is, you know, on its way to you, right? Being grateful for that. It also raises your vibration, right? It will also help give you clarity to your path, right? Because if you are weary and burdened, right, and exhausted, right, it's not allowing you to be in your alignment. It's not allowing you to hold that higher frequency, right? You can't be vibing and thriving when you feel burdened, weary, and need rest, right? Start small. Yeah, you could be doing something that, you know, it's having, I'm hearing small ticks up. So maybe it's moving or taking off at a slower pace. This also can be whatever you're thinking about creating or doing or putting out there, right? You need to start small, take baby steps, right, towards your goal here. Okay? And, you know, as I'm also getting with this is that the key to success is starting small or having small growth, right? That small growth creates a solid foundation for it lasting the long haul, okay? So if something you're starting is you're questioning your path because it's not meeting what you envisioned for what you thought it would do, right? just keep in mind that something that takes off slowly is creating a solid foundation, okay? Anything that takes off or really, really fast, it's extremely hard to keep maintaining that, right? Because the solid foundation underneath it is not built solid. It's usually built out of something very weak, okay? Because it flew up so fast. You know, it's the slow progress that gets you to that success, that security, that financial security that you're looking for. Radiate positivity. Okay. You could be doing some healing right now as well. I feel like once you get this rest and spend some time with the divine and release, I'm hearing release any pent up energy, right? So you can get back to this vibing and thriving and radiating positivity. I mean, all these are very positive. It could be that somebody, you know, overstepped the boundaries here, maybe feeling like they dropped burdens at your feet, right? And maybe you feel exhausted from the energy of this person, right? The divine's saying keep in the energy of gratitude, okay? It's going to help pull you back into this higher vibration here, okay? Time is now, okay? Time is now to update your vision board. Time is now to get some rest. Time is now to start small on something. Okay? And letting the divine guide you here, right? Because the past, I'm hearing it's a closed book, okay? Right? You're done with that. You're moving on. You've learned all the lessons, right? Now you're ready to step into your power, knowing that you hold the key here to your success. Success is not just about making money. It's about making a difference. Yeah, and I feel like that's the energy that you're in, but you just may not know where you're exactly going here, right? You want to make a difference. I feel like for you, it's just not all about money, right? It's about making a difference, having an impact, having what you do have purpose, right? So the time is now to take action on something. It's going to be different for all of us. Maybe it's just time is now to update your vision board. Okay? Especially if you have done a lot of healing. Okay? Because there could be a lot of things on your vision board that you are no longer in alignment with because you've healed, grown, and evolved, and now what you once wanted may not be what you want now. Okay? So maybe that's why you need to make some updates there. Never stop looking up. Yeah, and that's what I was saying, like with the divine, right? If you feel lost, you feel confused, you feel burdened or weary, or just plain out exhausted, right? You need to keep looking up, right? Finding that sanctuary with the divine. Okay? And rising up into your personal power, taking that leap of faith, knowing that you are worthy and deserving of your heart's desires here. You know, and you may not know where you're going quite yet, okay? The divine is just asking you to have faith in the path here, even though maybe it's starting out small here, okay? I'm hearing your energy is contagious. That's what I'm hearing. Your energy is contagious. So keep staying in that high vibe energy, radiating that positivity, you know, being the reason to smile and giving that to yourself, right? Not needing anyone else to give that to you. And make sure you keep those solid boundaries, right? You're not in the business of making others, you know, find peace, right? They need to get that within themselves. Okay? And know that you're worthy of financial success and security. And I'm really getting the energy of it's on its way to you. Okay? So be grateful for it because it's on its way to you. Okay? All right? I just feel I'm getting a heavy energy of uncertainty here for somebody out there. Okay? Don't give up. Please keep going. You are worthy of your heart's desires here. You have a energy and a vibration and an attitude that is contagious, right? People need your light. So don't give up. Keep moving forward. Update your vision board if it's time to do that, and keep staying grateful. Okay? All right, I'm going to get a couple of cards to close it out. All right. It says, I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. Okay, so you could be feeling, that's kind of what I was feeling, like maybe you're feeling discomfort right now. Maybe the divine has you on a new path here that's out of your comfort zone, right? Having to believe in the unseen here on this path. Okay? Just know that that discomfort means that you're growing, you're expanding, you're healing, and you're moving forward, okay? And you're going to make a difference here, okay? Okay, at the bottom of the deck we have, I'm unapologetic about what I desire and trust that what I focus on will grow. Yeah, that's this thing that you either started or need to start, right? That maybe is taking off slowly, right? Stay committed. That's what I'm hearing. Stay committed because it's going to grow here. All because of your energy, your vibration, being grateful. Okay? All right. And let me get one more. Let me get an angel number. I'm hearing you're being tested right now. Okay? So don't lose the focus, right? And don't let somebody from the past distract you or pull on your energy, okay? Make sure you cut those energetic cords to anyone that you feel is pulling on your energy, okay? All right. Number 88. Okay, so It says, I am wealthy. All right? If you're if you're unsure about, am I going to be secure on this path? Am I going to have financial success on this path? You are. It says, I am wealthy. It's number 88, so you could be seeing that number. It says, you are the cusp of a prosperous and abundant spiritual life. You will find numerous opportunities and for success and achievement, all of which bring financial and material abundance into your life. I am wealthy. Okay? You're being tested right now, because I feel like I'm speaking to someone where this hasn't shown up yet, but here's the divine is saying it's coming. Okay? I'm hearing somebody who wants to support your path, your vision, you wanting to make a difference here. Okay? And if you see that number, it's just a confirmation that this is your reading, okay? But keep moving forward. Don't give up. If this brings peace to you so that you can keep moving forward, right? Even though you can't see the path fully of where it's leading to you, just keep focusing on staying in that high vibration, okay? Radiating that positivity, being your own reason to smile here, being grateful, right? Knowing that this is going to be coming in, and keep leaning on the divine, right? As they guide you here, and protect your boundaries from anyone in the past, because that story is closed, right? You're stepping in your own power here, right? And get some rest, okay? I'm hearing nothing is wasted. Nothing is wasted here, okay? Just keep focusing on moving forward and get grounded, because, sometimes when people from the past come back around, they can shift your energy around, especially if it's like unexpected or something. Go and get grounded, right? And do those energetic cord cutting, right? So this person can't pull on your energy, okay? All right, that's the message I have for you today. I hope it's resonated. If not, check back tomorrow. I do daily readings Monday through Friday. But until then, I am wishing you so much love and light. Take care.